Hello there.
Ayégún làwa mọ̀ ọ́, làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Ayégún làwa mọ̀ ọ́, làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Ayégún ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún dá wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀tẹ̀lù kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun live.
Diary politico. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́wọ̀n kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of this broadcast. Like it, share it to invite your friends and not so friendly friends, your frenemies. Tell all of them that Mayegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí pa. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Máyégún ti dé.
Today. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And sorry for the late start. I had to couple a lot of things together just to make this segment pretty much interesting. So the breaking news from Nigeria today is that Tinubu has responded, or Tinubu has replied in Ndume. If you remember very well, it was Ali Ndume, a senator, who came onto your screen and demanded for this, defended this their 48 billion naira cars for lawmakers. It was also the same Ndume who also came out to dare Tinubu to move the branch of CBN to Lagos. And it was also this Ndume in just this month, few days ago, who also came out to tell all of us that Tinubu's regime and Nigeria, they were going down. Now, in response to all of that, Akpabiole read the Riot Act today. Ndume has been removed as the Senate Chief Whip. Also, APC, Egbekegbe, they are now demanding that he resigns from their party. He is now known as Identified enemy number one from northern Nigeria. Sorry, this is the most I could get from what happened in the Senate this morning, okay? I'll bring you a proper comprehensive one later. But let's get into it first. The removal of Ndume and the upcoming suspension from the Senate, as well as his removal as member of APC, possibly his recall as well. But there is also a positive side to this too. But first thing first, Akpabiole.
Against the government, before the international community, before the global community, is not only harmful to the government in the alone, but also undermines the party's unity and cohesion. And in addition, undermines the government's efforts to bring in foreign direct investment to Nigeria. As is a ranking member of our party, his actions are unbecoming of a senior member of the Senate and sets a very poor example for others in future to follow. His latest tirade on air during a program on live television, where he referred to the government of Tinubu President has been run by thieves to press the program as a person who depends on running the country down and running the party down through incitement and cheap propaganda. We have reviewed the Senator Ndume to honorably resign his membership of the APC. And join any opposition party of his choice, woman, instead of hiding behind the veils of grass activism, to decimate the hard-earned tuition and goodwill that our party, the APC, is enjoying within and outside the country. His utterances, which are sheer propaganda, are not based on the tribal facts, are unbecoming of the members of the APC caucus in the Senate of the National Assembly. I therefore behold on the APC caucus to bring this to the attention of each member of the to curtail this deliberate mission to undermine the government.
Again, I apologize for that, the poor audio, the poor video. That was the best I could really get, within the time frame of coming on here. And this guy, his name is Muhammad Tahir Monguno. This is the person that now replaced Ndume for going public to criticize Tinubu's government. Now, let us now go back to the timeline, how it all started. In 2022, just before APC, Egbekegbe's primaries, and then, I think it was actually after APC, Egbekegbe's primaries. So it was late 2022. So Ndume, like other other APC, Egbekegbe's members who knew Tinubu very well, but somehow felt like their desire would be, cared for, unfortunately. So this was how it all started. Let's start from here. Like, bro, like a bro thing. Then fast forward to 2023, when Tinubu managed to rig his way in, manipulate the system violently. Then everyone was waiting for possibly, I don't know. Then things changed. Ndume became an outspoken person against Tinubu's moves. Although his own daughter, probably one or two of his own children, were among the elite class that were given secret jobs. So they were given jobs secretly in the Central Bank of Nigeria, in some of all these top ministries where they are fixing their children. Central Bank in particular. So Ndume came out when they heard that Tinubu is relocating some department from the Central Bank of Nigeria to Lagos. It was out. Like that.
This is a consensus because we only have one federal capital, and that is Abuja. All these Lagos boys that are thinking that Lagos is Nigeria are just misinforming or advising the president wrongly. The regulators of the financial institutions are supposed to be or are in Abuja. Do you want them to move back to where, because you say Lagos is the commercial capital? This is one of the mistakes, and I'm sure Mr. President will reverse it because it doesn't work. You can't have two capitals. Is the CBN governor going to be operating from Lagos and the headquarters of the CBN is in Lagos? Or do you now say that because majority of our oil is extracted from South-South, you take NPC to South-South? Or is it because Nigeria's agricultural district is more in the north, you take Ministry of Agric to anywhere in the north? It doesn't work that way. And that is one of the problems that is cropping up. But I'm very sure, I'm very confident that Mr. President will look at this because he's a nationalist, not just a Lagos man. Some of these people think that, I'll repeat, some of them think that Lagos is Nigeria. Lagos is not Nigeria. Lagos is not the headquarters of Nigeria. The headquarters of Nigeria is in Abuja. It's not about North.
But they have explained that this is for operational purposes. This is for operational purposes.
Which is operational purpose? Why was the headquarters moved from Lagos to Abuja? Is it not because of the congestion?
It is not the whole of the CBN that is going to be moved, Senator. I'm just asking. The whole of the CBN is not, according to the CBN, it just say a unit or some units or department are going to be relocated to their Lagos office. They do have a Lagos office.
No. That doesn't work. If you have to do that, if you are talking about proximity and space, why don't you take them to Nasarawa there, or take them to Kogi, or take them to Kaduna, just nearby, so that you decongest the place? And I even don't see any issue of congestion. There is just going to be increase in cost because they will be running from Lagos to Abuja every time, spending more money. You end up spending more money, or exposing even the workers to unnecessary risk. This is a decision that is not well thought out, and I think the president will reverse it. I'm confident of that. And if that does not happen, of course, this is democracy. We'll know what to do.
And what would that be?
That is when the president refuses to do that.
What would be the reaction?
The reaction, of course, is that right now the reaction is we don't try to bring the issue of tribalism into it. I'm not a Hausa man and I'm not a Fulani man, but I'm a Northerner and I'm a Nigerian first. And we say that since the headquarters of Nigeria was removed from Lagos because of congestion and because of inefficiency to Abuja, where it's most central and more of no man's land, because the Gwaris and the Bagis are the Gondora people are the only place. We have enough space there. CBN has offices that they can rent or build from their own to increase efficiency. But moving some departments to Lagos is not the best of ideas at all, or moving any agency on that matter.
Do you think that this has some political undertone, or it adds some other ulterior motive? Do you think?
No, I don't want to believe that, because I know the president that much. It's just that those political cartels that I told you that are in the corridors of power are trying to misinform the president. And we'll tell the president. The president will take action. He's someone that listens and corrects anything. I'm sure he will do that. Because there is no any efficiency in it. They don't think, some of them think that they know better than everybody. They don't know anything. When you don't know Nigeria, you only know Lagos. Then you start doing things as if Nigeria is Lagos. No, Lagos is in Nigeria.
Senator Ali Ndume.
That's a wrong decision.
Thank you so much indeed.
We will not accept it.
Yeah. Always a pleasure as always having you.
And besides, they are not doing any favor to Mr. President, because this will have political consequence.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you this.
All right. We'll see how that goes.
And these guys who are just sitting down there trying to hang on to Mr. President will not be there to amend the political mistakes or even to correct it, because they don't know anybody. This is a consensus.
Are you following? This was in February this year. And you can easily just say 9 months after Tinubu was rigged in by these clowns. That same February, he went on another tirade. At the time, only the gullibles will not see his selfish interest or the interest of his clique in all of this, but it was disguised as nationalistic. Whereas are dealing with themselves. But whenever they want you to be involved, boom, drop that card. I am a northerner. We will not take it. We will not take it. That's in February 2024. The same Ndume.
Other paper, I saw some of you really talked or started talking about it. But it is only today that we are able to take the motion. And the motion, as you have it before you, is simple. That because of the peculiar situation Nigeria finds itself today, and also because of the inefficiency of the previous measures taken against circumstances like this, I felt that the government should introduce food stamps as an interim measure to address the imminent food insecurity in the country, which today, even in the National Assembly here, the Labour was there, and they were not talking about anything but calling on the federal government to address this matter. So that's why I felt that I should do this motion, and hopefully the government would adhere or, listen or address the motion as moved. America, which we all know is one of the richest country or most developed country in the world, introduced food stamps in 1939. So if you do the arithmetic, and it's still in existence today, only last 2 years, I think, or during Trump's administration, that they changed it from food stamp to what they call SNAP, S-N-A-P. That is Supplement Nutrition, Assistance Program. That's the SNAP. But it's more like food stamp. Why I'm more into it, and I think I want you to, I suggested that you can just Google food stamp and you see how it's being run in America. So this program is practicable and more efficient than disbursing money. Because if you give people money, or the cash system, the cash, whatever they call it, is the system that I really don't support. Because we have tested it, especially during the Buhari regime, and it was immense with massive corruption. Even now, you don't know how it's going to be. Because when you say you have a data bank, and people collect billions, in fact, to collect fake bank, data or whatever, to build data, and they keep on sending money, and you don't see people even acknowledging that money. But if it is food stamp, it's normally given to you to go and either buy gari, go buy rice, go buy semovita, a specific food stuff. You go into designated points, present your food stamp, and in return you are given food. That way, there's some kind of control, and it will ensure that it gets to the needy. Like in the civil service, you can cut it, for example, from level 7 downward are those that can benefit from food stamp. You give them food stamp commensurate to their need, and then there are non-income earners in all our places. You can use your councillor, you can use your NIM, you can use your BVN, to register. And then you go to a particular place to register in your own ward, and then you collect stamp for food. And further control can be implemented by saying, for example, if you are giving for 1 month, then you must.
They no be like saying, no give them idea. So that all of you will not say, oh, what idea did you give to Tinubu? He gave them the idea of food stamp. And it went on and on and on and on. That same February. It was also in that same February, he met this same Ndume. He's been like there. So I'm showing you how it all started and how it's going, right? So he met with the labor union. He actually spoke. He addressed them at the Senate gallery in February as well. These are like a throwbacks.
There is a motion that we passed on Monday. When we before we started the screening, we brought that motion, and all the members of the Senate were co-sponsors. And that is to look at what is happening. Why is the negotiation stalled? We have a problem. The NLC is discussing with the presidency. I understand now what the president is saying. I'm in support. And I said it before, that the NLC should be negotiating with either the president or the vice president. And if because of their schedule, then an acceptable representation will continue the discussion. We stand with you on that. And as I say, it is not enough to say give money to the local refineries. How much have been given to them and what happened? So let us find concrete solution to our problem. I am taking this letter back to the leadership, of which I'm one. And as the president was reading them out, I was paying attention. The Senate will make these demands their terms of reference. And please, as I said, this is a message, a very strong one. But we are all Nigerians. This country belongs to all of us. As long as we are involved in the negotiation, we should also consider the consequences of our action. Unfortunately, the people that will suffer more are our people. The people that harass you at the gate are the poor.
So it's like activist senator too. But all of that didn't work. It never got the attention of Tinubu, sadly. And the only attention he got from Tinubu today was to what? Get rid of this guy now. And they are working on it. I think the final nail on the coffin, on their political friendship, was his last, or let me say, his last interview 5 days ago, when he said,
I sent the message out to them. Are you aware that people are very angry out there? Are you doing something about it? And the response is that yes, we are aware it's the work of opposition.